Order! Order! Order in the court! There was no order in that court that night. The only order of business in front of the Sanhedrin that night was to trump up some false charges against Jesus so that they could get rid of him, so they could condemn him to death. They weren't really getting anywhere, though, until Caiaphas finally got what he wanted. He put Jesus under oath, and he demanded that he answer this question: Are you the Christ, the Son of God? Yes, it is as you say, Jesus said. Caiaphas had all he needed. He stood up in a great show of pomp and circumstance, and he tore his gown and he banged his proverbial gavel, and he said, "Guilty, blasphemy, worthy of death." Think about that. Jesus allowed his own true testimony about himself condemn him as guilty, so that in his own courtroom he could bang the gavel of his own justice, look at you and me and the whole world, and declare us not guilty. The chief priests and the whole Sanhedrin were looking for evidence against Jesus so that they could put him to death, but they did not find any. Many testified falsely against him, but their statements did not agree. Finally, two came forward and declared, "We heard him say, 'I'm able to destroy the temple of God and rebuild it in 3 days. I will destroy this man-made temple, and in 3 days will build another, not made by man.'" Yet even then their testimony did not agree. Then the high priest stood up before them and asked Jesus, "Are you not going to answer? What is this testimony these men are bringing against you?" But Jesus remained silent and gave no answer. Again the high priest asked him, "I charge you under oath by the living God, tell us if you are the Christ, the Son of God." "Yes, it is as you say," Jesus replied. Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, "He has spoken blasphemy. Why do we need any more witnesses? Look, now you have heard the blasphemy. What do you think?" "He is worthy of death," they answered. Some began to spit on him. They blindfolded him and struck him with their fists. Others slapped him and said, "Prophesy to us, Christ. Who hit you?" The men who were guarding Jesus began to mock and to beat him and to say many other insulting things to him. Let us pray.